leadership doesn't start at green status. It doesn't start at black status. You can be a leader. I was a leader the day I signed up. You can be a leader when you're white status with no one on your team. But you have to be able to look for those qualities in the people that are on your team and continue to develop them. So, how do you set the framework for building leaders? There's 3 steps. First step is you have to build yourself. Before you can do anything for your team, you have to be strong for yourself. Second step is you're going to identify those leaders on your team. And the third step, the most important step, is you have to create a culture of leadership on your team. So, first step is you build yourself. You have to get in the mindset of being a leader and not just a salesperson. We were just talking about this at the table. Anybody can sell you something. You can go to Sephora, you can go to any store, anyone can sell you something. But to be able to be a leader requires mindset. And so how do you do that? Positivity. And remember I said I was that cheesy person who hated development? So positivity is not just about being happy and everything's going to fall in your lap. Positivity is about setting an example for your team. Somebody said this in the front here. Because I don't care if you are going to your team and you're telling them, everything is great, we love the new products, we're selling, but inside you're not really feeling that, and you're going back and maybe to your closest friend or maybe to your sideline and you're complaining. I don't care how positive you're acting to your team, they will feel it, they will see through that, they will know that. And there's actually science behind this, okay? And I don't have a science degree, we're not going to get too deep into this, but there is science behind training your brain to think positively. So the way it works is those synapses that fire together in your brain will actually try to move closer and closer together so that they can wire at the same time, because this makes it easier for your brain to do its job. And so how this works in real life is, let's say you think about sponsoring, and you think about reaching out to somebody. And when you hear the word sponsoring, you think, oh God, I hate reaching out. Oh, it's so uncomfortable, it pushes me out of my comfort zone. Oh, what if people say no? And you start to have all these negative thoughts. Well, that's going to continue in your brain so that every time you think that word sponsoring, you have this negative association with it. It's just like maybe, you're driving down a road and you see something that reminds you of your childhood home. Or you have a smell that reminds you of something. Or you have a song that comes on that reminds you of something when you're a teenager. And you have this association in your brain. That's this at work. And the great part about that is just as you're training your brain to have a negative association, you can train your brain to think positively. That's why when you hear people talk about standing in the mirror and saying affirmations, it works because you're training your brain over and over again. So if you're looking in the mirror saying, I'm great at counseling, I'm great at approaching people, and you're doing this again and again and again, eventually those positive thoughts, those synapses will begin to wire together so that you actually have that positive thought. Okay? So, I jumped into my story pretty quickly. I told you what happened with me. And I gave you a very cursory view of it. But I want to make sure that you know that I'm not somebody who's just standing here saying, hey, I'm black status, I hit in 7 months, you should be positive and great things will happen. Okay? I hit black in 7 months, yes. I was doing it, working 50 hours a week at my law firm. I was paying to send my daughter to preschool. I had to pay another person to pick her up from school and drive her home, where there was a nanny that was waiting. And I would get home about 9 o'clock at night. I would work my business until midnight. Most nights I wouldn't see her. I would get up and do the same thing over and over again. I was raised by a single mom. I spent my whole life thinking, I'm going to do everything right. I'm going to do everything right because I saw her struggle so much, and she was the one, I was the last kid picked up at soccer practice. Football, sorry. I was that last kid picked up because she had to. She was doing what she had to do. She missed a lot of events in our life. She had a really rough time, and I grew up with this mindset of, I'm going to do everything right. I'm going to go to law school, I'm going to get a good job, I'm going to make a bunch of money, I'm going to wait, I'm going to meet a great guy, I met this great guy, we're going to wait a long time to get married until we have money, we're going to wait a long time to have a child, until I can spend the time with her. And I did all those things. And I went through this process with Unique and hit black status, and I was on top of the world, November 2014. And in December of 2014, my husband and I separated and he moved out. And I was a single mom. And I was still working full-time at the firm. And I was missing all these important moments with my daughter. And I was working my business until 1 in the morning, trying to grow. And going through all these things. And I'm posting on my team page about positivity while I'm going through the hardest part of my own personal life. And crying on the bathroom floor, after I'm done making my videos. And going through all these things. And so I say that and I remind my team of that because one, when they talk about being too busy, I can relate. And when we talk about having trouble being positive in this job, I can relate to that too. And so